Warriors, we back at it. It's that time. Night walk. All right. A couple different things. It's a conversation, so we're just gonna let it flow. But hopefully we'll be organizing my thoughts enough to deliver something of value. Many things that I've been thinking about since our last conversation. But I want to start off like this. I got to do something real quick for the young warriors. Young Mamba. Need to tell you something, bro. We Soul Tribe. I know there's a lot of things that don't make sense, but there's a lot of things that you do know. And I just want to tell you, the answers that you're looking for on a deeper level, you're going to find those answers by connecting to your elders. Just remember that as you continue to come into yourself as a young man to a very mature man. Something that I want you to remember. Connect with your elders. It's going to tell you a lot about yourself. You and your brother are bound for greatness. I've already seen it. Stay humble, but don't let nobody lie to you. Don't mean that you got to address every lie. Just know your truth. Very important. So, with that being said, warriors, we out here on this night walk. And like I said before, the earth is receiving her crown. It's an incredible time to live in, and like many of us have been dealing with all kinds of stuff. Energy levels being low, or lots of energy that we've had to find a way to balance within ourselves through the breathing, the brain, the nervous system back into alignment. And that's because all of those protons that are hitting the earth, protons and photons and all these light codes. We here. And we're going to continue this thing. Like I said, this is like orientation, but before we can get to some of these higher sciences and deeper aspects, it's important for us to continue to go within ourselves, know ourselves, grow within ourselves, so that our perspective is aligned to our higher truth. Very important. Okay. So, I got something to say, man. It's been on me a little bit. So, you know what I'm saying? Take this with love. I've been thinking about all the super creative artists that I know, especially those of you who have the power of like spoken word or do music. And we really need y'all, especially now. Music is an incredible thing. It raises the vibration. The thoughts that it creates, chemicals, man. But this is one of the things that perplex me is, why do we still continue to conform to subjective programming. Now, I'm from around the way. I'm from the hood. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of the music and lyrics, especially the mainstream stuff that people feel like they got to conform to, we all know that that is a bunch of garbage. It promotes death. And I'm doing my best to continue to evolve, to understand that there was a subjective programming. Now, we understand that art imitates life, life imitates art. We get that part, and if you're from certain environments or certain things are going on, that's what you speak about. But it's a way in which you do it. And the thing is, I've heard each and every one of you speak so eloquently, intellectually, from certain spaces, and I don't hear any of that in your music. Stop conforming to the matrix. Please, I'm begging of you. And the reason why I'm speaking about this is because 42 now, so 22 years ago, I received a prophecy about there being a change in music. And by way of certain individuals that I know, that there was going to be a wave of music that was going to come through the South for a lot of different reasons. For a lot of different reasons. Your story is so rich. Then I heard the same prophecy from someone else, and I never had a chance to tell him that I was in complete agreement about what he was saying, but brother by the name of John Lewis, incredible teacher. If you're looking for somebody who can teach esoteric Bible knowledge, School of the Rising Mystics, you're being for a treat. Trust me. Trust me. Levels. He spoke about the same thing. And I'm just thinking about where we are right now and what's going on as a whole with the collective as we're making this paradigm shift. I am telling you sincerely, wholeheartedly, please, let's do better, man. You know what I'm saying? I get it, but it's the same thing. Shoot, murder, kill, drug this, drug that, trap this, trap that, fuck this, titties ass, cheat on this, I'm depressed about that. What? Come on, man. Come on. I've heard you guys, man. And you know who I'm talking to? And bro, you know I love you, man. All of you. All of you. But yo, you brothers read a lot. You study a lot. And I don't hear none of it in your music. But I know that's going to change. I know you guys are operating from the same frequency that I am on these waves, and I'm looking forward to the incredible things that you're speaking on, you're going to speak on. And this is a hard message to get out. Even while I'm talking now, I feel something in the pit of my stomach that doesn't want me to be honest. But I'm going to do it anyway. So, I wanted to talk about the brain just a little bit more. I know you guys continue to hear me say thoughts turn to chemicals, thoughts come to matter. I want to share something with you. It's an individual by the name of Dr. Joe Dispenza. His work had a lot to do with saving my life. Tons of material he has out there. And I just want to say this, one particular book, Evolving Your Brain, I'm going to put the link in here with this, where I found a free PDF copy of the book. Yes, I can go through each chapter with you, but this is supposed to be a self-study to show yourself approved. So I'm going to give you the material. Just check it out, man. Just check it out. In particular, if you don't have time to read the whole thing, just read chapter 2, Standing on the Backs of Giants. It really gives an in-depth, detailed description of how there's an incredible force working with you, in you, that goes beyond anything that you have to process. And we're not tapping into that energy only because we're not aware or making ourselves aware of how we were designed by the Creator. I think a lot of you will get a lot out of it, man, if you just check it out. On top of that, I really have been enjoying my conversations with many of you as we continue on this mind science journey and are shaping up for this new season of our life to do incredible things. Yes, I know how to socialize and things like that, but I've become a bit of a hermit as life has went on, and God is telling me that I need to get out a little bit more. And I know, well, look, I'm just tell you like this, like, I don't go looking for, things, but information always comes back to me about the way people feel about me. And, nothing but love, man. You know what I'm saying? I see you peeking and checking out to see what I'm doing, but I know your intentions. I know where your mindset is. And all I can say is, God be with you. Those of you that I don't see on the regular, but when I see you in this love and you know it's love, trust and believe. I appreciate you. But the nature of my work, 9-to-5 type work, and my father's business requires me to live a certain type of way. But as I said, Spirit's been talking to me and it's told me that season's come to an end and I need to be a little bit more vocal and I need to be getting out more. Those of you that think that I'm just on here running my mouth, that's cool too. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's just a conversation. But I'm going to tell you like this. Proof is in the pudding. I've saved thousands of lives. No, I'm not in nobody's pulpit, not knocking it, because I do see some value in that for those that are operating from the right intentions. But I've been in the trenches, homeless shelters, prisons, detox, drug court, almost 15 years while I was doing other things, but I always did that. And God taught me a lot about behavior, to be able to understand certain things. And I can remember when I was dealing with dual diagnosed individuals that were suffering from substance abuse and mental health, sometimes I'd be like, God, is this a demon that I'm dealing with? Or is this mental health? And sometimes it'd be like both. But that was all for me to understand the inner workings of individual and what it really requires to support an individual being able to rewire themselves, to get into the subconscious beyond the conscious state in the frontal lobe, because desire is not enough. You know, I've seen many people that struggle with substance abuse and other things that truly had the desire to change. And I'm not gonna go into that, but like the whole thing with mental health and how we deal with it here in this country is pathetic. They looking to create zombies. But you don't have to be a victim. You don't have to be a slave. But it's gonna take some work, some real work. In my last video, I told you guys there's certain laws that are being passed on consumer data, and it's not demographics. It's about neural data. And so many people are already being controlled by social media. Like I dropped these and I put it on my YouTube or whatever the case may be, you know. But I actually was on Instagram today, and the frequency on that thing, I'm just like, I can't do this. It is so toxic. It is so toxic. I'm just like, nah, you know, and I feel that pull that it has, you know. Think about this. No, better yet, do your research on the Infinity Scroll and the touchscreen. Where did it come from? Touchscreen, where did it come from? Just popped up out of nowhere, right? The Infinity Scroll, that's when you can just do like this. Back in the day, you had to press a button that would take you to another page, and now you just... And we're going to get into some of that too. We're going to get into some psycho-cybernetics. Very, very powerful tool, if you understand it. So, in the second chapter of Evolving Your Brain, it goes into the inner workings of your cells and your DNA, and I've already spoken briefly about breathing. We're going to start connecting these dots soon, but it's so much information, I can't give it to you all at one time. It'd be too much meat, which means that you won't be able to break it down because your frontal lobe is going to tap out. It's too much for the analytical brain to process. This is going to just tap out. So I'm doing my best to move slowly as possible to give these nuggets as we build, because we're going to start picking up. And I really don't want nobody to get left behind that's rocking with me. That's a part of this whole lit strength culture. Live in true strength. That's what lit is all about, because that's where your light is, your inner light. And I've been lit before people been saying the word lit. Long time ago. Been how I have been identified as. But the music, man, like we really need y'all. Gotta step out of that comfort zone. Gotta come from behind that false identity. Because I can tell you this, when you came into this earth, or before you came into this earth, I can guarantee you promoting toxicity was not a part of your contract. Now, there may be some aspects in your chart that say that, you may lean that way, or you might have to deal with certain energies, but that's only to help your soul evolve past those things because of ties, generational ties. And if you don't believe me, look at any of the religious texts. Just from this one perspective, what one man does in his life affected generations that came after him. What one woman did in her life affected her downline for generations after her. Think about it. And one thing that I've learned for sure is sins of the father are definitely passed to the son. So if you don't want to pass crap on to your children, you got to step your game up. You got to be the difference that you want to see. And I see a lot of you also, man. I haven't seen you in a long time, but I get a chance to check out some of your pages now because I'm on social media a little bit. And, man, y'all got some beautiful children. And I'm proud of y'all, bro. I'm so proud of y'all, man. It brings a smile to my face because I know how my baby mean to me. All of my babies. I know what they mean to me, whether they my biological or not. I love children. Love children. Because that's what it's all about for me. Like what kind of world are we leaving for them? So, I'm not going to make this conversation too long. It's been long enough. It's about the average that I stay on here or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Hope this helps somebody. Hope you get some out of it. I'm going to leave the link, like I said, to the book with the PDF. Check it out. Check it out. I'm telling you, you'll enjoy it. I'm going to continue to do that. I'm pretty sure I'll be dropping another post soon, but this is pretty difficult for me because I am still a little overly active in having to put my energy in different things until I can rope this thing in so that we can start class. But with that being said, I am really looking forward to hearing the artists, man, especially with these photons and protons hitting the earth, the seismic energy, man, that's right here. I know you can feel it. I know that things that probably have been a little bit difficult for you in the past, if you're in the right headspace, it's been a little bit easier to deal with them things because the veil is thin and you got support beyond this space. You really do. So let's continue to grow. Let's continue to get better and move past the subjective programming that was pushed on us, trying to keep us from coming into our true essence of who we really are. Another thing I want to talk about real quick, man, it's a war against unity. I understand culture and status and race. I understand all of that. But those are very small aspects in the grand scheme of things. Can you do anything without a brain? Can you live without a heart? If you didn't have any intestines, would you last long? Better yet, I want to see one of y'all live without taking a breath of air. So if we all need those things, how different are we really? If anything, let's promote our differences in a positive way. Because it's all about an experience that we're supposed to be having here on Earth at this particular time. Don't be pushing to somebody else's agenda. Go within yourself, know yourself, feel empowered by yourself, and watch your world change. I love y'all, man. We're going to get at this again real soon. Peace.